Welcome Mid-Missouri. Today, July 28th, 2012. Wow, the summer's over. Another edition of Making a Difference. We've got two great guests. Kaci, Dannatt. Did I get that right?
That's close.
Dannatt?
That's close, yes.
Like going over...
Dannatt. Exactly, yes.
So we're close.
Yes, yes.
And Robert McDaniels. Kaci and Robert are with us to talk about an unbelievable program that I'm just learning about, and everything I've heard so far, it's very exciting. Robert, why are we here? What are we talking about? What's the name of your program?
The name is A Way with Words and Numbers. It's a program that started in 1996, part of the Clinton era, when he put together America Reads and then America Counts.
Unbelievable. I didn't even know this program exists. Now, Kaci, what's your role with A Way with Words and Numbers?
I am the fundraising director for A Way with Words and Numbers, so I'm in charge of, along with another fundraiser we have, in charge of seeking donations, grants, and any sort of monetary support that we can find.
Every dime.
Exactly.
Give, help,
exactly.
help, right? You're a 501c3,
right?
Which really helps. So
right.
if there's anyone interested in as they learn more about your program, making a donation, by all means, ladies and gentlemen, give. It's very worthwhile. Your program reaches out to all the elementary schools in the Columbia Public School System, and then 3 middle schools, correct?
Right.
That's correct.
How many students do you reach each year?
You mean children that we work with?
Yes.
Thousands.
Thousands. And your focus with this program is what exactly?
Primarily it's reading and math, but if you think about it in a broader sense, reading covers a lot of different subject areas. It could be social study or English or whatever, and math can cover science and technology and things like that. So our primary purpose is to help kids who've gotten a little bit behind get up to level. We know that if we get them up to level before they reach junior high, that their chances of graduating are much improved. We also know that there's a lot of, right now the Columbia classrooms are pretty big, and so it's really difficult for one teacher to provide sort of that one-on-one attention with all the children in their class. So this gives them an extra set of hands and eyes and ears to help provide that kind of one-on-one service to children.
Now, how would a parent go about getting your services for their child? How do they do that? Do they go through the school, through a counselor, or can they contact you directly?
There's a couple of ways. We're in, like I said, all the elementary and all the middle schools in Columbia. We work with the principals, assistant principals, and teachers there, and the teachers put in request forms for tutors for their class. And so they identify children that might need a little extra help in their classes, and they ask for tutors for those children. In addition to that, we're in some non-school locations, the Columbia Public Library, for instance, and the Reflector, where parents can take their children. It's an after-school program. It's from 5 to 8 in the evening, and one also has times available on Saturday and one on Sunday. Then we're at another program called Moving Ahead, and so we have non-school programs, school programs, and so we're trying many different ways to provide the service to the families. We don't take direct referrals for the program, so if a parent were to call us and say, my child needs this, we'll give them some information about how to get those services for their children, but that's not what this program is designed to do.
You'll direct them either to the non-school schedule,
right,
or back to their child's school,
right,
and then let the counselors or teachers set up the coursework from there.
Well, and there's one other way. There's a program at the university called Higher Mizzou Tigers, and it's a place where positions can be posted, and so we recommend that parents, post a position if they want individual tutoring for their children. There's 35,000 students on the campus this year, so there's a lot of student help.
Wow.
So.
Kaci, it's going to take a lot of resources to run this program each year, each school year. How many volunteer hours do you think you guys utilize from student assistants in this program?
Anywhere from 25 to 35,000 hours of tutoring services are given each year, and that's free of charge to the schools and the after-school programs that we serve.
Let's see, 35,000 hours. Let's times the minimum wage. What is that?
It's a very
It's a
good
lot.
question.
That's a chunk of change
It is, yes.
It's a lot.
without benefits.
Right.
Exactly.
That's a chunk of change that through the University of Missouri, you have been able to bring student resources to play to help grade school kids with math and reading. 35,000 hours, Robert, that is huge.
It is, and let me say that there are benefits. The benefits really are multi-folded in here. The students at the University of Missouri have an opportunity to work in the community, to help children who are in need, to be a part of the larger part of society. So this is an opportunity for them to sort of reach out and do something besides being in the classroom all the time. Some of the kids will come to us, some of the students will come to us saying, I want to be an engineer. They'll tutor in the classroom for a while. They come back later and say, you know, I think my calling is to be a teacher.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Yes. So.
That is so neat. Thousands of kids, 35,000 hours. See, I'm going on the high side.
I like
that's
that.
That's
I like
impressive. That's impressive. What can the community do to help you achieve your goals and objectives as a program? Your overall strategic plan is what, and how can we help?
Well, I think our overall goal in terms of fundraising is to be a self-sustaining program. And I think that's, you know, in the future for us. And with that, we really have to get the community involved in terms of monetary donations. So we really do various amounts of fundraising events throughout the year, which are going to be posted on our website once all of them get finalized. So we do a lot of outreach. We'll be involved with homecoming this year. So anything that we can do to get our name out there, to get the public aware of what we do, and hopefully bring them back to give us some donations so that we can keep this program going.
Now, this originally began as an AmeriCorps grant
Right.
back in 1996 and ran until 2002. The problem is you've been so successful that grant ran out in 2002, and they expect you to sustain it yourself.
Absolutely.
That's fine, but our community can still reach out and help. What's your website?
If you go to the Career Center, if you search the Career Center for the University of Missouri, you can click on our icon and it'll take you. Our new website will be live this week, so if you go there, they will update that link for you.
That's the University of Missouri's Career Center website?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It's career.missouri.edu.
career.missouri.edu.
Right.
It's not that hard to remember.
No, that one's not.
I'll have to write it down.
Yeah.
I'll have to write it down. Now, speaking of fundraising, you've got a pretty neat event that's coming up with a partner, Shakespeare's Pizza. What is that?
Yes, it's going to be our kickoff fundraising event of the year. We're partnering with Shakespeare's Pizza to basically sell their delicious pizzas that everyone loves here in Columbia. We'll get 50% of the profits back. We're selling them for $10 a piece. And that's going to be starting, let's see here, on September 21st.
September 21st, and it runs for 3 weeks. Let me help
Yes.
you here. Until October 12th.
Nice, thank
How'd I
you.
do?
Yes.
Good.
So basically if people are interested, they can come to our office in the Career Center, pick up order forms. We'll also have a lot of our tutors out in the community asking for orders. So if you hear of one of our tutors asking for to sign you up, please do.
Now, it's lunchtime. I'm kind of hungry. Can I walk down to Shakespeare's Pizza and say, hey, I'm here to support you guys?
You can't. You'll have to do it through one of our orders. So
okay.
if you let them know, they may be able to make an exception, but it mostly will need to go through our order forms. But we have 250 tutors that are going to be out in the community for the next 3 weeks. So hopefully almost everyone can hear about it.
Now, earlier, I asked Robert and Kaci about the size of the pizza. A $10 pizza and away with words and numbers keeps half of that, $5 for your programs. That's awesome. But then I asked, how big is the pizza? The only thing we can come up with mid-Missouri is this big. Now, I don't know how the people at Shakespeare's Pizza likes this, but order yourself a pizza like about this big for $10 and enjoy it. $5 of that goes back to away with words and numbers to your program.
Right.
That is great. Now, when your kids are out in the classrooms around the Columbia area, how do you know them from anyone else?
We provide these shirts for the tutors as they walk through the classroom, as they walk through the halls of the schools. Everybody in the schools knows who they are because they have a shirt on like this and they have a name tag. All of the tutors have background checks. The ones who work in after-school programs have to have other sort of medical checks, but they all have been checked out, and so the schools are very sure that the people we're sending to them, are qualified to do the job.
The kids are vetted. How are the students? I say kids, and I apologize.
Me too. Yeah.
How are the students reacting to an opportunity to give back to the community of Columbia? How are they liking this as an internship or whatever?
Right, well, we actually have a few interns specifically for our fundraising department, but what's so great about it is that last year our fundraisers not only wanted to be a part of the fundraising team, but they also wanted to tutor. So they split their time between tutoring and fundraising, and they were both full-time students and had after-school jobs and whatnot, and they still wanted to give back in terms of working with the kids. So it's something that's really special that I think the students get really involved with and really take as a prideful thing that they can take with them after graduation.
What about the tutors? How are they liking it?
Yeah,
are they having a good time?
They're having a great time, and they come back year after year as a result of that. And we do, at the end of the year, we raise enough money to hand out $20, $100 scholarships, which isn't a lot of money, but it's a way for us to say thank you, to them. They have to write an essay about their experience, and then we judge those essays and give out the scholarships. For most of them, this is a really transformative experience for them. They go in and they find for the first time in their life they're not thinking about themselves or thinking about somebody else or not thinking about classes. They're thinking about the children that they're working with and what an important thing this is for them. And many of the students will say, somebody helped me when I was a kid in elementary school, and it made the difference. I'm here now.
Pay it forward, Robert.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
I mean, it is in my world anyway, and it sounds like that's the way it is in your world. Anything else you have to say? We've got 1 minute and 14 seconds.
All right, well.
As a fundraiser,
yes.
that should be more, that should be enough time for you.
Please go to the career.missouri.edu website. Like I said, we will have all of our upcoming events posted on our website once we get all of them finalized. The first one is Shakespeare's, starting here in the next couple weeks. Please check it out. Please, if you see somebody around or hear somebody asking about donations or signing up for pizza, please do. Like we said, $5 of that goes back to us, which is a great amount of money for us to use so we can give back to the tutors that work for us.
Hey, there are a lot of great restaurants in downtown Columbia. $10 for a pizza like this? Come on, Columbia. Let's do it.
Yes.
What an awesome way to spend $10, and you guys get 5 of that.
Yes.
That's great. Anything else down the pipe? Anything else coming up?
We'll be involved with the homecoming ceremonies this year. We started off last year in the homecoming parade, and we gave out, we had books and we gave them out for free during the parade, and that was actually a huge success, and the kids loved it. And we had kids from our schools that we tutor actually come and volunteer for that day, and they handed out books with us, and it was really fun. So we'll be doing that again, and the kids of Columbia.
I tell you, that's awesome. Mid-Missouri, away with words and numbers. You're awesome. Thank you very much for taking this time.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Mid-Missouri, to Making a Difference. Our second session guest from the Columbia Housing Authority, Louis Gatewood and Becky Markt. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. We're going to talk about a very special program through the Columbia Housing Authority. Louis, what are we going to talk about, man? What is this program?
Well, it's one of the programs offered through the Columbia Housing Authority called the Moving Ahead Program, which is an after-school program to help kids receive tutoring services between the grades of K through 8. So it's after-school tutoring and mentoring. We provide enrichment opportunities for kids to work with tutors one-on-one, and also provide enrichment opportunities and mentoring kids after school.
See, I love that word, enrichment. That so much power.
Yeah.
Becky, you're laughing, but you know I'm right. There's a lot of power in the word enrichment. Partnerships, collaborations. Our previous guest, away with words and numbers. You were partnering or collaborating with the University of Missouri for what?
Well, absolutely. They provide tutoring services and mentors for our kids to work with. Away with Words and Numbers provide between 25 and 30 volunteers to come in and work one-on-one with our students with their after-school homework. And MU Serves, which is another program that we partner with the University of Missouri, they also come in and work with our kids one-on-one.
That's huge. It brings a resource to you that you probably, I could be wrong, but you probably wouldn't have had without them.
Oh.
Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, what they do is amazing, partnering with our kids to really provide that one-on-one time that we know the classroom sizes are too big for kids to really get that one-on-one. And
Absolutely.
then, you know, we understand too, single-parent homes or both parents working, it's kind of hard for parents to come home and give the kids the attention they need with that homework. So we're providing a great service to our kids.
It's tough. Becky, who's the winner here?
Well, I think the whole family is the winner here, and also the community is the winner, because ultimately what we're doing is helping these kids succeed academically. We're helping families be stronger in their relationships. We're helping the schools serve their students, and we're working in partnership with the schools and identifying the needs of the individual students so that we can actually tailor the day's activities to the needs of that student and help them succeed in what they're doing. We're also partnering with other community-based after-school programs through a project called the 21st Century Program, which is actually following these students as they go through school and looking at how they're improving and the services that they're getting at all the community-based after-school programs. So
Now,
a lot
Becky,
of collaboration going on.
See, another powerful word. I'm telling you, this is awesome. Now, Becky, you're the Director of Resident Services.
Yes.
What does that entail, and how do you, as the Director of Resident Services, get involved, or why would you be involved with these programs?
Well, the Director of Resident Services, the whole Resident Services Department that was developed by the Columbia Housing Authority, is actually there to support the individuals who are either living in public housing or using the Housing Choice Voucher Program, or even some of the community members living around the Housing Authority properties. And it is a series of different kinds of services that help people actually move up and out of dependence on government assistance and into becoming self-sufficient themselves. Families, complete wraparound services, providing families with help in parenting, with help with financial budgeting, help with planning, setting goals for education or home ownership at some point in life. But it also is just a way to help bring the community and the family together around activities that are healthy, that help their students develop and succeed in school and in life.
Louis, Becky used a term earlier, and you as well, help people succeed. That's everything, isn't it?
It is, and it's taking it one step at a time, setting goals, and helping kids think about career choices, set academic goals, and help them with the social and emotional issues that they may have that may go otherwise undetected. So, and just providing those services for the kids at the program, and letting them know that it's okay to make a mistake here. You know, we're gonna help you through it and help you process it, and let you know that it's a safe place to be is important. You know, not only to the kids but to the parents.
It's a learning environment.
Learning environment, and that's where that safety has to come in first.
Trust.
Trust.
Outstanding. What other programs are you involved with? Do you have any other youth-oriented or educational-based programs that you're working with or on right now? What can we look for in the future?
Well, you know, I'm coordinating the Moving Ahead program, and that's one of my primary focuses right now. I'm also an employee of the Columbia Public Schools, you know, so what I try to bring to the program is I try to bridge the gap between school and after school is what I bring, and keeping that level of expectations high for the kids that we're serving.
Is that a troubled time when they leave the confines of the Columbia Public School and they transition into the home environment? Is that a time when a lot of kids need help or reach out or need activities?
They need activities, and one of the things that we provide is healthy snack. We provide a healthy snack, and then we provide the enrichment opportunities to help them with that transition from school to after school.
Okay.
And this is a very vulnerable time from 3:30 to 6:30. We know that's when most kids take part in risky behaviors. So if we can help them do something healthy and making good choices, then, you know, we're helping them in the long run.
I think it's great. What other partnerships you have that are helping you meet your goals and objectives?
Well, I know the Columbia Public Library is a big player in helping us accomplish our goal. As far as they bring after-school activities that the kids, enrichment opportunities, and shows to the Daniel Boone Blind Boone Center, where the Moving Ahead program is located, that kids wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to see. They bring the bookmobile, which is they bring the library to us in a sense, to where kids can go in there and check out books, and we can leave them there within the program. That way, they always have new literacy to read things that's up to date. So definitely want to send a thank you to the public library. Columbia Public Schools play a big role in helping us set goals and accomplish what we need to accomplish with them as well.
Actually, the City of Columbia is one of our partners as well, and they provide funding for the program through their social services department. So
I was going to ask you how you fund the programs that you have. So it's through the City of Columbia.
City of Columbia provides some funding through the social services department, and then they also, Moving Ahead also receives money through the Youth Community Coalition as part of the 21st Century Community Project. And that money goes to help provide the staff and the training and the materials for the kids, snacks for them every day. So couldn't operate without it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, where do you meet? Where do you have a classroom set up someplace off public school property, or how do you reach the kids that that you do reach?
Well, we have we go to all the different elementary schools and pick the kids up with Columbia Housing Authority vans. So we use their vehicles, we pick the kids up, and then we're community-based out of the Blind Boone Center, which is right there off of Providence. So that's where, and we have classrooms set up there at the Blind Boone Center, is where all the learning takes place and the enrichment opportunities.
Wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have an opportunity to speak with, I like to say, 1 million viewers, but we know that's not right. But what message would you like to relay to the City of Columbia about the Moving Ahead program and everything else that you're involved with?
Well, I think that we can't put too much emphasis. I mean, we have to put more emphasis on youth development and helping our kids succeed in schools. We've heard a lot of information and data from the Columbia Public School System about the achievement gap, and it's programs like Moving Ahead that are helping to reduce those. It's programs like the Youth Community Coalition that are supporting Moving Ahead, and some other community-based programs that are helping to reduce this achievement gap and help all kids have the same chance to succeed in the schools. So I think, you know, the community needs to be aware and support these community-based programs that are actually making a difference in the lives of the kids who are attending our Columbia Public Schools.
Lewis?
And that it takes a village. It takes everyone, all hands on deck, to really mold and help our youth make those good choices. I don't think it's one entity's responsibility to help educate our kids. I think it's a city effort, citywide effort, and I think Away with Words and Numbers, MU serves, Moving Ahead program, Youth Community Coalitions, the Columbia Public Library. I want to thank everyone for reaching out to really help and make a difference in the lives of the kids that we serve, because this is a free program that we offer to kids on a daily basis, and I think it's just a great opportunity.
Is there any chance of any of your funding being cut for any reason? Have you heard anything like that, any scuttle?
Well, we've been operating since 2003, the program, and so we've outlived many grant programs at this point in time. So there's always that chance on the horizon. We're doing the best that we can to make this a sustainable program in the community, and that's, you know, one of the reasons why we're out in the community trying to talk about the great things that Moving Ahead is doing. The program has a waiting list. We would love to be able to serve more kids, but of course that takes more staff and more budget for supplies, and we'd also like to expand the program into a full day during summer school. So we would like to offer that throughout the summer for the kids, and we'd also like to be be able to provide families with some enrichment as far as field trips, educational field trips, so that they can actually learn together with their child and spend some time together, which they, you know, a lot of families today don't have the money to go do those kinds of things. So if we can, you know, find ways to do that, that would be great. So we're actually out right now looking for individuals who might have a passion for children who are living in low-income housing or low-income families, to try to help them and you know, help us spearhead some fundraising efforts of our own so that we can become more self-sufficient.
Sure. Can people volunteer? Do you have a website where someone can go and look at what you're doing, look at your achievements, and say, I would like to be a part of this? Is there a place we can go on the internet, a website?
There is, www.columbiaha.com. There is a link there to the Moving Ahead program. There is a through the United Way's volunteer service website. There are volunteer opportunities on there that people can sign up for to help volunteer with the Moving Ahead program. And they can always contact us directly at the Columbia Housing Authority, either Lewis or myself.
Lewis and Becky, thank you so much for your time. Columbia, there's so much we can do. Volunteer your time, do something. A lot of kids are depending on us. Thank you so much for everything, and the best of luck to you.
Thank you.